Hello, and welcome to School Notes. I'm Paul Rowe. Spring has sprung. Well, sort of. The weather is cooler than what we're used to for spring in Hampton, but regular springtime activities continue to take place. Hampton schools recently celebrated Earth Day by learning how to grow vegetables, fruits, and herbs. The lessons tied together science, healthy eating, and exercise. Cary Elementary received a grant from the American Heart Association that provided all of the necessary tools to start a learning garden. Planters, shovels, vegetables, and flowers were also provided. Hampton Grows is an organization that provides assistance with cultivating local gardens. Farm Fresh and the American Heart Association were on hand to kick off the planting day. Let's see what's growing on at Cary Elementary.
Awesome.
This is a strawberry, but look, here's the strawberry flower. I like strawberries.
The kids will be planting many different varieties of herbs and vegetables and tomatoes. They're going to get their hands dirty and help get our garden growing.
We've been working with Cary Elementary on organizing the gardens, the placement of the beds as well as the plants. My staff came in and they did seed tapes with the kids, with the kindergartners and first graders, and to get them started on their beds. We've been talking to the kids a lot about the plants that they're going to be growing and how they're going to be able to harvest those plants.
I was planting some bagels. Took the shovel and I dig the hole so it's big, and then this lady came and take this plant and she put in the hole, and then we put the hole back together on the plants.
The children will be taking care of it. We'll be designating certain classes to come out and water that periodically and in their resource time or when the weather gets nicer.
With the help of Hampton Grows, students, parents, and faculty will care for the garden this summer. Cooper Elementary was also busy planting seedlings growing in their classrooms. As part of their STEM program, students helped develop a growing garden in the flower beds in the front of the building. The school had a planting day in mid-April, and students, staff, and families came out to help. It takes a lot of work to maintain a garden. I can't wait to see the fruits of their labor. While we're talking about healthy eating, check out what Hampton City Schools health and fitness teachers are doing to get their students exercising. Nicole Riollo, who teaches physical education at Tucker Capps Elementary, put to use leftover money from the school's student council fund. She brought in a spinning instructor who has a mobile unit of spinning bikes and other fun activities.
My student council, they had extra money left over from last year. So we decided to use the money to get kids up and the whole school up and moving rather than just have it come for family fitness night. So that way the whole school can have a chance to do it.
I like the spinning. It was really fun and a good workout.
I liked everything. It was a fun experience, but if I had to pick a favorite, it would be the bike riding.
It gets your heartbeat going and it keeps you active a lot. And it helps with losing and burning the calories.
It was like very exciting. It's a way that you can still have fun, but also exercising. And it's a nice experience to have when you're in school. It's like something extra that can make school really fun.
His name is Randy O'Neill for Virginia's for Education, and he renovated this big trailer and has all different size bikes in there. He has adaptive bikes for the little kids all the way up for the adults. They've been having so much fun and they don't even realize that they're exercising.
Those children really seem to enjoy their workout. Let's slow things down a little and head over to Phoebus High School, where Ryan Pringle teaches advanced health. The class covers injury prevention, human anatomy, strength, and flexibility. Noah Favre is the owner of Tribal Yoga in Hampton and volunteered to teach a yoga class to Coach Pringle's students. Favre taught students about the beginnings of yoga, and how a healthy diet and lifestyle can be rewarding. While the class took place in the gymnasium during other active classes, students were still able to feel the results of deep stretching.
Mostly talked about the stillness of the mind, coming into a still body to find a still mind, and that's really, I think, a large benefit. The other benefits come through the practice. So they're gaining their flexibility through the practice, and I'm sure that they felt that through the practice. They're gaining strength through the practice. They're also gaining a mind-body connection. But then also through that and the importance of breathing and moving with intention and the importance of stillness, coming into a pose and finding stillness and being able to shut down all the thoughts that are going on in a monkey mind to be able to move with mindfulness.
Now challenge yourself by lifting the palms and see if you can fly a little bit higher.
Yes, this is my first time, and while I was doing it, it was very, very relaxing to my body, as well as when put me in a different state of mind, and very soothing. It's like this feeling you get after a workout, and you can get it from yoga as well. It's very relaxing.
It was good. I feel calm and collective, and yeah, I feel calm.
Well, I've been wanting to come out to the high schools and teach yoga. I feel like I would have liked to have it in my high school whenever I was in sports and stressed with tests and things like that, classes. And I was lucky that Mr. Ryan Pringle talked to me just early this week and asked if I would maybe come out and teach a class. So I kind of jumped on the opportunity to bring this to the students and just show them this way of relaxation and building strength and building confidence.
Open up like another world and show you what everything's different, and how you can kind of connect to other people, and how like this class brought the whole class together.
Well, now that we're relaxed and stretched, let's flex our brains with what's happening inside of our classrooms. A teacher at Kecoughtan High School has found a way for her students to hold a piece of ancient history right in their hands. Field producer Randy Bagoli has the story.
Okay, well, last time we began looking at ancient coins.
Recently, Kecoughtan High School's Latin class students took part in an Ancient Coins for Education project, getting their hands on and studying Roman Empire coins from the 4th and 5th century. According to Latin teacher Dr. Lisa Allinger, the 1,500-year-old coins, bought with a grant from the Hampton Education Foundation, provide the students a tangible link to antiquity.
I like to emphasize to them that they are handling something that first may have been in the hands of someone who was living around 300 or 400 Common Era. Or it may have been in the hands of a gladiator, a slave, a market woman. Someone just sort of gives me shivers to think about it, passing it down.
The first year I tried this activity, I let students take the coins to the restrooms to do them, and one student dropped it down the sink.
The students cleaned, studied, and documented their coins, learning about Roman history and culture along the way.
I don't think I really touched anything this old before, so. My coin has Romulus and Remus and the she-wolf on it. Romulus and Remus are the founders of Rome.
After examining the coins, the students turned to modern research methods, and with a little luck, many were able to identify their specific example and discover more information.
Well, this also is a major piece of detective work that they are doing. They are getting a coin that they know nothing about. They're reading the Latin, deciphering the Latin on it, and they're using all the clues to figure out several things. They're trying to figure out who is represented on it, where it was made, and when it was made.
This is the third year Dr. Allinger has used the program in class. This year, the grant provided around 60 coins for her students.
It's so ancient and something that I've never even thought about before, and it's just, I think it's amazing that you can get in touch with that part of history through these coins.
For Hampton City School Notes, I'm Randy Bagoli.
Another exciting part of that story is the students get to keep the coins at the end of the project, taking a piece of history home with them. What a unique item to share with people. Bethel High School recently had a visitor from overseas. Through the Sister Cities program, Hélène Perrin came from Vendôme, France to Bethel High School to share French culture with students. Bethel and Vendôme students will be a part of a pen pal program.
I think it's very important for them to meet her. To give you an example, when I first started talking about the program several months ago, Between then and now, I had 20 kids sign up for the program. This week, when I told them that she was actually in town, I now have a waiting list. So I more than doubled the list. They were so excited that she was actually here. They're communicating in English because that's what they're studying. They're going to be writing to us in English, and our students here at Bethel will be writing them in French, because that's what they're studying French. So it's a chance for them to practice their French, and it's a chance for the French students to practice their English.
Apart from emails, I would like to also develop other types of exchanges, whether group trips from America to Vendôme or trips of French students to Hampton. My visit to Hampton has been really marvelous because I received a very warm welcome from everybody, and I got the chance to meet many people, whether in institutions, schools, and also at Hampton City Council and the Board of Education, so I met many people. And it's not my first visit in the States, it's actually my fourth visit. I also visited New York, Louisiana, Alabama, and Michigan. So I have every time a very different picture of the States, and it shows me its diversity. Okay, and Virginia is a very, very pretty state with all those natural spaces I enjoy.
I really appreciate it. I didn't even expect this much. I just thought I didn't even know what it was initially. I figured that it was somebody from France just to come and check our class out, but she really informed me on a lot of stuff about France. And actually, she really persuaded me to go maybe to France to learn, study art, and a lot more things. So that's really nice.
I learned about how their system is and how they are taught, and it's a lot different from here. And I think we can learn a lot from France.
Our next story takes us to Syms Middle School, where we meet a group of young ladies who have very big hearts. Social studies teacher Athena Savangi was approached one day by the girls and asked to oversee their club. Homeless Care Club has been gathering food and personal items for the homeless and bagging them for distribution. Deshabel Rodriguez got the idea when she and a friend saw a need for help in the community.
It came from just walking on the street and seeing people who don't have what I have. So I just thought I could take the time to try and help them out so they can have as much things as we have. Although we can't give them a home, we can give them food and things to eat and stuff.
They need things like what you need, like water and shelter and place to stay, food.
I've never had students ask me to be a sponsor for them to do something for homeless or anyone that is in need. I was actually kind of proud that it had hit home to them and that they wanted to do that.
The girls have also been working on another project for veterans. The entire Syms 7th grade class went to Washington, D.C. to visit the Veterans Memorial. They met up with veterans from Kansas to give them flowers that the Homeless Care Club made for them. If you're interested in donating items to the club, please contact Athena Savangi. The Scripps National Spelling Bee is set to take place in May, and Hampton City Schools has a student from Lindsay Middle School competing against some of the best spellers in the United States. Kecoughtan Patel is an 8th grader that is determined to be the best. He's been waking up at 5:30 in the morning to prepare.
The things that we're trying to focus in on the things he's having difficulty with, and because Kecoughtan is from India, English pronunciation is a big challenge. So what we're working on right now is to make sure that he's getting the official pronunciations from the National Spelling Bee people. So he's working with a program with that, and then you can imagine adding the difficulty of doing French words with English pronunciation, Italian words with English pronunciation, and hearing them through an ear that's Indian-based. And so that's a big challenge for him. But his work ethic, again, is so strong. Any kid who wants to memorize the vocabulary and memorize the dictionary has got it going.
It's just about spelling. You don't got to care about other people standing by us. You got to have more concentration because we don't got that much day to study the whole dictionary and the list they give us and vocabulary. I just try to memorize that is this the correct word, and until then I ask them for definitions, sentence and stuff. Then I spell it. As soon as I think that this is the one, I spell it.
And one of the things, when he knows how to spell a word, he tends to speed up a little bit. So over the year, you know, he's been working on his strategies and things of that nature.
On a typical day, he'll work through at least 120 words. So he came to me last week and said, so how can you've heard that the vocabulary is going to be part of the Scripps spelling bee. And I said, yeah, I heard that on the radio. And so he presented it to me as a problem and a possibility that he might be able to learn all the definitions of all the words in the dictionary. So when we were figuring that out, we counted up how many words were on each page, we multiplied the number of pages, we came out with he'd have to work on probably 400 words per day. And I think he doesn't think that's a problem. His aspirations are very high.
So when we had a student last year go to DC for the Nationals, it really created a buzz in our 6th and 7th graders who ended up being 7th and 8th graders this year. So that was one of the things that we created last year, a you can do it too type feel around the school.
I just take my time and spell it. I feel very excited and great to go there.
It takes a lot of discipline to say you're going to learn 400 vocabulary words a day. I'm just grateful for spell check. You might recognize Kecoughtan for winning first place in the Martin Luther King Jr. Essay and Oratory Contest in February. We'll be keeping a close eye on his progress. Recently, Hampton City Schools was recognized for being a Best Community for Music Education for the 2nd year in a row. The National Association for Music Merchants gave the designation to 307 school districts out of 2,000 applicants in the United States.
It means that there's a tremendous amount of support for music education in Hampton City Schools, that we bring the community in and we go out into the community. Our winter concert series, our Music in Our Schools Month and Art in Our Schools Month series, our spring concert series, all those are ways in which we invite the community into the schools to enjoy the music that our students are learning how to make every school year. The attendance has never been higher at all of the concerts. There's a tremendous amount of support and positive feedback.
Exposing students to all genres of music is a part of why Hampton schools excel in music education. The first Jazz Through the Ages Festival was held at Phoenix Pre-K through 8 in April. The event began with the Phoenix Middle School Jazz Band and then the Bethel High School Jazz Band. Additional performances included the Hampton Select Jazz and Ironmongers Jazz Band to show the progress of the jazz music through the ages.
Some of the band directors got together in Hampton and we discussed how great it would be to grow jazz, number one, in the city, and number two, how to show the kids how good it can be. I got a lot of middle school kids that don't really know how awesome jazz can be, and how to get them to the next level. They want to move on to high school, and then from high school want to move on to college, and then from college how to want to play some of this great high caliber professional level music. And the idea, we come up with something called Jazz Through the Ages, where the middle school would play first, and then the high school, and then the all-city caliber college, and then the professional level.
I try to mix standard jazz pieces and covers of popular tunes, rock tunes, that sort of thing. I think it's just a really nice event. It gets to expose different levels of jazz performance to the students and the community.
I like how it has different beat, and it just adds a little funk to everything, and how it just makes music better and funner, and it just makes things fun to dance with. And the people in the jazz band enjoy it, and we all have fun with doing what we do. So we love jazz band. I play the trumpet, and it's a very interesting instrument, but I have fun playing the trumpet. I picked it up. I started playing when I was in 6th grade and been playing it since, and it's fun. I'm growing to really like it and want to do it when I go to college and stuff, so I like it. I love my instrument.
Here's an update on the Phoebus Robotics Club, the Phantom Mentalist. They went to Baltimore in mid-April to compete in the first robotics competition. The team placed 23rd out of 64 teams. The club has 28 students from all grade levels participating. Organizational development is a department within Hampton City Schools that offers professional development opportunities, to all its employees. Joan Davis is the coordinator for the department and said that there were more than 13,000 professional development opportunities available last year to Hampton City School employees. That's equal to over 81,000 hours of college classes and workshops.
Now, we tend to work with a lot of different colleges, and it's a good thing to form those partnerships with them because it helps our people get a lower tuition rate. It also helps us know what kinds of courses they're taking and that they do meet the state requirements. I've found that we work with a lot of the colleges in this area. We have a partnership with the University of Phoenix. There are colleges that are sending me things all the time asking me to please let our employees know that these courses are available. And as long as they're accredited and they're acceptable, then I'm going to advertise that and say, here's something else you might want to try.
As you can see, the learning never stops for teachers and school employees. It was a beautiful day for baseball where a field dedication was held at Kecoughtan High School for former longtime boys baseball coach Buddy Denton. Denton coached for 27 years and had a record of 365 wins and 168 losses. Denton once competed for a state title but lost in a close, hard-fought game. Current Kecoughtan coach Brett Wheeler and others came up with the idea to dedicate the field to his former coach.
To watch him and watch how he's respected by people, watch how he deals with people, watch how he builds relationships, and how many people he's touched throughout his times as a teacher, throughout his times as a coach. Just there's no other thing to do but to name the field after him.
Words can't explain what an honor it is. I've been gone from Kecoughtan High School for a long time, and there's so many new people and new faces, and you'd like to think that they don't ever forget you, but sometimes you're not sure after you've been away for so long. To be quite honest with you, my career here at Kecoughtan has had so many wonderful moments, it would be impossible for me to zero in on any one or two moments.
The game of the week featured boys baseball teams Phoebus and Bethel. Bethel shut out Phoebus 7-0. The winning Bethel pitcher was Ian Benner, and Taylor Moody went 1 for 2 with 3 RBIs. Phoebus's Trevor Gear and James Voris went 1 for 2. You can catch more baseball and softball games on the local sports channel this spring. And if you're wondering what I'm doing out there, I do color commentary for high school sports on our local sports channel, LSC. Be sure to check it out if you haven't already. When I'm not on TV, I'm a social studies teacher at Jones Magnet Middle School. School Notes needs stories, and you have them. Please help us. Send your ideas to our producer, Krista Campbell. Just send her an email about your event before it happens. We'll do our very best to share your story. That's all for this edition of School Notes. Thank you for watching, and remember, it's every child, every day, whatever it takes.